Welcome in, builders. I'm really excited. We have a new cultivation colony builder, the Eastern era. I absolutely love those. I cannot wait to check this one out. It just came out in 1.0, although definitely still has some work to do, and the devs have acknowledged that, but I just couldn't wait to hop on in. The Steam page describes the game as, to escape from pursuit, as the leader of your sect, guide your disciples to rise again. Engage in farming, hunting, train in martial arts, and forge weapons and armor. Build your sect's base and fortifications from the ground up to survive in this perilous, ambition-filled martial world. The tags are a little sus to me. They are base building, open world, colony sim, sandbox, 4X. Do remember that those can be user-added tags, so I raised a little bit of an eyebrow there. The game was made by Fun U Games. They also made The Lost Sect. That was maybe a diamond in the rough, but the rough was a little too much for me. I would love to circle back some point and maybe do some content on that. Maybe it's gotten a little more polished since last time I checked in with it. Let's go ahead and start a new game. First up, we have a character creator. We're going to be a guy. We are going to use this portrait. And let's see, nothing else I need to do here. Height and age, I love this. We can be 18 or 36. We can be an ancient man. Imagine being older than 36. Ugh, my back just went out, I think. We'll make him, we'll be a spry 32 years old. There you go. And maybe he's ever so slightly short. He's got a little something to prove. There we go. We have different eyes. Do we want to, hang on, did I have a face option? No, we have not hit a face option yet. Okay, maybe this is, yeah, this is our, we suffer from the same thing as Cultivation Simulator, where we have like perpetual baby face. Honestly, this guy has a chin, we'll stick with that. Pupil color, I cannot imagine we're ever gonna zoom in this far ever again. But there you go, he's got dark, mysterious eyes. For haircut, our picture had a man bun. Yeah, we'll do that. I hope we can get a red ribbon just to make ourselves match the portrait a little more. One of my complaints in games that have character creators, and this is almost every game, the beards look like a child scribbled this on our face with a black marker while we were sleeping. That just looks horrifically bad. That's not unique to this game. Most games just cannot do beards. That's a little creepy. And this is fully black too. Yeah, see, like it's too washed out because it's like it looks almost like a stencil or something. We made it like, whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh my gosh. Well, this isn't that kind of game. Where's my hair I had? Oh, there it is. Okay, beard. I think we're gonna go beardless. Oh, the Disco Elysium. Looking good, brother. No, we will just be clean shaven. And then for outfits, we're gonna use this one because it looks the most like that portrait. Got a little bit of like, I don't know, that scale, I guess scale plate armor look to it. The rest of them look very peasant-y for a lot of these. Like very peasant-y. That one's not so bad. That one looks a little more hoity-toity than maybe we are. We'll stick with this. A practical outfit. And our pants are too short, unfortunately. I don't like just the weird shin guards without having any other leg guard. That looks weird to me. I mean, the gold matches, I think we'll take those ones. Again, how often are we ever going to be this zoomed in? I highly doubt it. All right, did we have... No, unfortunately not. I was hoping that we would have a red ribbon. Oh, the little cell basket. Okay, so I actually probably do want an accessory. I'm pretty sure those are actual items that we're going to get. A fishing rod, a rattle, a long stick. Maybe a gourd. I do like the gourds. We got a pistol. All right. Win some duels here. I think we're just gonna have a plain gourd. Hidden Master flask. There we go. We did everything else. We sure did. Okay, next we get a pick where our sect location is. We have the Sunset Villa. Once a former site of the Crimson Dawn sword sect, deep sword scars still remain embedded on the broken walls and ruins. The scripture repository, once famous across the martial world, has been reduced to rubble. At dawn and dusk, a faint sound of swords seems to weep. We could do the Dustless Gorge. A century ago, this was forbidden grounds of the Venom sect. The valley was choked with toxic miasma, yet teeming with life. After the sect was crushed by the righteous path, the place fell into ruin. Or the Nanhai Archipelago, a remote island in the South Sea, famed for its beautiful scenery and cut off from the outer world martial arts. Rumor has it pirates hid treasure here, drawing many treasure hunters. Pirates also occasionally land to scavenge supplies and refill water. We're gonna go Sunset Villa, but before I do that, I forgot one thing. We're gonna change our name. All right. One thing I noticed is this game is very inconsistent. Some places it shows family name and then I'm gonna say given name, and then other places it swaps them. So it's not sure if it wants to be English or if it wants to be Chinese. So I'm gonna hope that it stays in the same order. We are gonna be Whooping. And whooping would roughly translate to something like martial peace or commoner hero, depending on the characters used there. So this is Whooping, our new sect leader. All right, we're gonna do Sunset Village. I'm not gonna read through all these, but essentially you have different starting sets of equipment. We're gonna have the Overlord Spear. Also, I do note some of the translation is a little iffy. In fact, I say that I'm gonna grab my phone and I'm gonna go ahead and preload myself into Google Lens because Babel has played a game or two before. Yeah, let's turn that to translation mode. All right, that's primed. I say that because here already it says, this gun grows stronger against powerful foes. I don't know what the word for spear and gun is in Chinese, but there's something about it that they tend to translate with machine translations into the word gun. When surrounded, it ignites the user's desperate courage, making it a perfect weapon for charging into battle and defeating countless enemies. Overlord armor, become braver as you fight. Each time you take damage, defense plus 15%. So that'll be our starting weapon. We have Yang Mastery. Yeah, you can't contain Whooping's Yang energy. This is a Wudang Codex. It's a Balance Naigong. I believe the type is going to be Yin Yang or Balance. I think that's how that works in this one. We need to make sure we have 5 comprehension and 3 intelligence. We have Power Awaken, so this is a skill that we can learn. I don't know these systems well enough to comment too much on it, so a Blaze Black Gourd has some attack, accuracy, and aptitude. Yin Yang Rush, dash towards an enemy while wielding the Langyi Swordsmanship, dealing 450% piercing damage, and our spear is piercing damage also. Hopefully that will be a good combo. And then we have a long stick where we can whack people with a stick. There you go. All right, that's gonna be what we're gonna pick. We have 56 points to buy various things. So we have some equipment, we have some food and cultivation items also. We have some books we could buy or some materials. Again, I don't know enough to know what is good or bad, so I'm gonna kind of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So Frost Palm. We're not really doing Palm. We want Pierce. So this is, yeah, that's blunt damage. Immobilize Codex. Okay, that's a Yin type. I believe we have a balance when we're starting with. Unleash, deal. Okay, so this is like an AoE, I guess. And if we're gonna charge into battle and have a defense scaling, maybe that'll be good. We'll grab that. I have 6 points left. I would like to spin down to 0. Kudzu Vine Bandage, some silver ore. Okay, so basic materials. Again, I have literally no idea. We'll take some bandages. We'll take some silver ore. And a log. Now, logs are gonna be too easy to get. Let's get some cloth. Maybe you have to make cloth. Okay, script. You can choose some scripts for the protagonist. Each script will obtain different items and change the gameplay. So these are kind of like, we get traits too, but these are like a major trait, let's say. So, fortune. You've looked like a lucky star since childhood. Everyone thinks you're the reincarnation of the god of fortune. People around you feel happy, and all disciples gain 30 base happiness, but their movement speed is reduced by 10. Okay, so they're slower, but they're very happy. Those around you will become increasingly light-footed, even without practicing martial arts. All disciples gain 50 movement speed. Sterile. You deciphered an incomplete scroll of heavenly secrets, received the blessing of a celestial immortal, and your skills have been elevated to level 10. However, you've incurred the envy of the heavens and lost the ability to bear offspring. Oh no. Oh no. No, I don't think we'll be taking that. Harmony. Having grown up in a perfectly happy family, you always maintain an optimistic and cheerful heart, never having faced hardships and setback. All right. I don't know if the devs will ever see this, but here's a piece of feedback. Some of these give me the mechanical explanation, and some don't. What does that mean? Did my guy just happier? Do I have a trait that just makes me not get upset? I wish that was consistent. Either don't show me any of them or show me all of them. Craftsman, you grew up in a family workshop witnessing your parents operate various tools from a young age. This allows you to work with any tool swiftly, increasing overall work speed. Scholar. Born into a family of scholars, you've honed a keen intellect and cultivated refined artistic sensibilities among a wealth of books in your home. So for this one, I fiddled with this during my test game. It made me have more intelligence, but not more art skill. So again, show me the numbers here. That doesn't make any sense. Strict mentor. You start with an opposite gender disciple, but can no longer choose other disciples. Assignable skill points become 20, and we get 20 more comprehension. So we would only have 2 characters to start with. Sweetheart. You have a childhood sweetheart. You grew up together and have long since pledged your lives to each other. It's unfortunate that you are both trapped here. No, it's fortunate that you're both trapped here together. No need to elope now. Leadership. From a young age, you were the leader among children, often gathering friends to play around the neighborhood. It seems you possess a natural charisma for leadership. At the start of the game, you gain an additional character slot. Aloof. You have a rather withdrawn personality and are not good at interacting with others. You spend more time on self-improvement. At the start of the game, reduce 1 disciple slot and gain a 25% work speed or hardship. Your spirit of enduring hardship since childhood has inspired the entire sect, increasing the weight capability of all disciples. I'm a little torn here. The fortune sounds good, just making people happier, especially in like an early colony sim is usually good when everyone's just pissed off about like literally everything. The sweetheart sounds interesting, just having an extra character. Of course, we could also just take leadership and get basically the same thing. You know what? That sounds relatively unique. Let's take it. We'll have a sweetheart. All right, who's whooping sweet on? All right, here we have skills. So we have skills similar to something like Dwarf Fortress or RimWorld, where these are like our things we're gonna do. For me, use personal charm and excellent eloquence to interact with others, influencing change of affinity and transaction prices. Okay, will you let me go to the next? No. Okay, I'm not gonna keep these, but I want to go to the next screen. I just want to look at something. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see. So I believe this is the sweetheart character. So Ying Su is who we are gonna have with us. What are her skills? She's a healer. Okay, so I don't need healing is kind of what I'm getting at. We'll look at this again here in a second, but okay, so if I don't need to heal, diplomacy sounds kind of good. Okay, I see that it didn't save this when I came back. Who else are we gonna probably bring? Art, craftsmanship, has a little bit of diplomacy. You're already in the party. Okay, you have 7 intellect. Intellect is used for some of the skills, though. I think we're gonna be. I think we're going to take some intellect is what I'm getting at. And I believe the highest one I've seen is 9. So we're going to start with 9 intellect. And we'll hope that that is a good thing. And then we'll grab, I don't know, we have some MC energy. We'll grab diplomacy. All right, over here, we have traits. This reminds me a lot of Tale of Immortal. So we use piercing damage. So I'm going to kind of reroll a little bit until we find something that does something with that. Piercing resistance. Attacks have a 20% chance to tear the target, reducing 100 body health over defense. Slows them down for 10,010 seconds. I highly doubt that's the actual number. Water body. Nigong XP bonus. Okay, I believe that's going to be our cultivation. I think that's Nigong. And battle tested. Bunch of extra attack. Oh, I like those. I don't know what surge is. So like this has piercing surge. I'm guessing that's critical because they do mention the word crit somewhere, but I don't know that for certain. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. We cultivate faster. What can I wait? Are you gonna let me? Okay, no. What's the point of having the lock? It doesn't do anything. No, actually, hold on. It did. It just shifted them back and forth. Okay, that's kind of funny. Wait, so I could literally just lock these and then just re-roll whatever I wanted. Iron Chi bonus. Do we use Iron Chi? I don't know. Okay, that is a little hilarious to me. Okay, piercing. Archer? I don't think we're gonna do archery though. Blunt surge. I kind of wish I hadn't done that. I was happy enough with what we had. Okay, here we go. Weaponry just have some more skill bonus. So we're like really into practicing our spear skills. Sure. I don't want to get stun locked here on this screen. Okay, so we start with our apparent sweetheart here. Su Ying is an extremely intelligent with great understanding of pharmacology. She uses medicine to regulate herself, boasting renowned beauty and medical skills, attracting countless patients. Yeah, they better keep in line or they'll taste my spear. Okay, imagine picking a male disciple. Oh man, cringe. All right, well, we can start looking here. So what I want to do is I want to grab some various skills. In a colony builder, you need to do all the stuff. So she has high cooking. So Huang Zhonglan is an outstanding cook. Her cuisine praised in nearby areas. Kind and approachable, she sometimes resents kitchen work, but still persists, captivating people with delicious food. So she is smart, she's a head chef, she cooks faster, and she has apathy. You're in. All right, what is your skill? Intelligence is your high skill. Unfortunately, I also have high intelligence, so you're low on the totem pole. Rushi Liu. Liu Ru is an unconventional woman who indulges in loneliness and night tranquility. Sharp tongue, she only cares about carving, yet secretly hopes for someone to love her wholeheartedly. I don't know what carving is in this context. Intelligence, she has a little bit of healing, so otherwise no other skills we don't have. Bong Tang, see what I mean about them switching names? So this is the family name, I'm pretty certain, and this is the given name, but they keep switching on me. Bong Tang is a famous courtesan in the capital, stunningly beautiful with witty words. Weak and unable to endure physical work, she still radiates a unique charm. What's your skill? You are dead plain. Langkao Li Longku is an orphan of a military general's family, fell into the Zhenghu after her family's demise. With a bow and arrow, she walks a lonely path of revenge, killing those who destroyed her family. Okay, so she's an archer? Piercing surge. She rests faster. She's pretty smart and she's good at art. All right, you're in. All right, we have room for one more. Pan Hu. Hu Pana is skilled in dancing, especially puppet shows. She controls puppets with silk threads, secretly eliminating traitors. She says, in the chaotic world, everyone is a puppet. I'm just the dancer sending the string pullers to death. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. She's great at crafting and artwork. All right, I think you're in. She is willowy, extra dodge. She's smart, extra global skill, and she's an artisan. Okay, you are a super crafter. You're in. Okay, so we don't really have a lot of this stuff. Construction, mining, farming, taming, but we're pretty good about the other things. All right, let's start our game. I believe we're gonna have a cutscene here. The 14th year of the Qingang era, a crimson meteor tore across the sky. A colossal meteorite crashed into the heart of Central Plains. Mountains shifted. Cities fell to ruin. This night would become known as the Sky Lantern Cataclysm. The Emperor declared a ban on all discussion of the event in an attempt to quell public panic. Yet the story spread like wildfire. People flocked to witness the sight. Many saw Sky Lantern as a warning from the heavens, an omen that the nation's fate would change. Within the crater, they discovered a glowing crystal vein. This ore emanated a searing, constant energy, even stirring grass and trees without any wind. It was named Stellar Crystal. Research in the Stellar Crystal ignited a frenzy across the land. Ingenious mechanisms were devised to harness its power. The Qing Sect forged blades of unparalleled sharpness. The Tang clan developed repeating firearms. Even the monks of Shaolin reached new heights in the Golden Bell technique. A fierce struggle swept the martial world. The Tengji Sect masters of stellar energy refinements drew the attention of unknown forces. On a moonless night, they were massacred. To preserve the sect's legacy, the master entrusted loyal disciples to escort the young heir away. He activated the sect's grand defense array, sealing himself and the enemies within. The young heir broke through the siege with a handful of disciples, fleeing into the night by carriage. That's us. Okay, and we are on map. How's the situation in the vicinity? My master, I've just scouted the area. There's plenty of water and the terrain is flat, easy to defend and hard to attack, and good for hunting. This place can serve as a temporary camp. That's excellent. Over the past month, everyone has been on the run with me, fleeing from moon-watching peak to the desolate valley. You've all endured so much. So we were the celestial energy cultivation. We were the air, apparently. Whooping. Excellent. Is at least in the right order here. Young leader, how could you say that? As long as this disciple still has breath, this hardship is nothing. We will definitely fight our way back. Recapturing Moon Peak isn't just empty talk. First, we have to survive and gain a foothold in this desolate valley. Yes, young master. No, Sect Master. Perhaps I'm not as worthy of Sect Master title, but one day we will definitely take back everything and restore our sect to former glory. First, let's see what resources can keep us alive. Gather a few, and then find a way to fill our bellies. Understood, I will see to it right away. Over a month ago, black-clad foes launched a night raid on our sect. Amid clashing blades and flashing swords, a century of legacy was reduced to a sea of flames. To help you break through the siege, your father, the sect leader, fought until his last breath, finally falling in a pool of blood. You suppressed your grief, evaded pursuit all the way, and finally made your way to an isolated and hidden valley. You are the last hope of the sect. A heavy responsibility of rebuilding our legacy now rests firmly on your shoulder. We will learn reconstruction. I like the splash art in this game quite a lot. First, we need to familiarize ourselves with the land. Look at the wooden plaque before you. Channel your inner energy according to the patterns on it. Silently recite the directions in your mind and try moving forward, backwards, left, and right. This position perceiving formula my father taught me. It's now perfect for surveilling the terrain. Okay, so we need to move around. Got it. To revive the sect, you must first survey the surrounding terrain. Drag the mouse or keyboard to move the camera. Familiarize yourself with the location of various resource points. Rotate the camera, Q and E. All right, just zooming around, looking. The Poison Veil is pretty nice looking. I had a lot of fog and moving water, which, since I don't know how well optimized the game is, made me a little nervous to try to do recordings there. So hopefully this one will be a little calmer. I don't know if this is actually our permanent map, because they said that we were just hiding here. So I don't know if this is like tutorial land, and then we're gonna move, or if we're permanently here. It looks like there's a little trading post. And I think, yeah, and there's a bandit camp over here. So we have a couple things on our map already. All right, and we're here kind of near this clearing area, various resources. All right, Q and E to rotate. There you go. Send someone to check the carriage to the east. We left in a hurry, our supplies are gone. See if you can find anything useful. Remember to sneak using the movement we just used. Don't alert the beasts. I understand. I will search carefully. Issuing orders. You can select resources in the scene, such as plants and rocks. A detailed panel will pop up, allowing you to choose corresponding actions and interact with them. After issuing an order, disciples will automatically accept it and begin activities. Let's start by gathering resources. All right, so there is our broken carriage. Also, the game is playing in the background. This game likes to unpause at various points in the tutorial. Click on the interactive resources disciples will bring up their info panel. Here you can view their details or perform actions. On the side of the panel, you can perform actions on the target. Different targets have different actions. Now you can click on the salvage button. No, the scavenge button. Oh man, I've never scavenged something before, but you know, I'll try my best. The nearby disciples will automatically loot the carriage. Okay, so carriage wreck. Okay, so we're gonna get these things when I scavenge it. Got it. So we will search it. Again, if you absolutely hate some wonky translation, I think you're gonna have a bad time here. Like right there, instead of salvage, it was scavenge, and then the button said search. So I do know that the game is in a bunch of languages, and some of them have been machine translated. I don't know if that includes the English. We shall see. We shall see. I haven't ran into anything untranslated, but I only played like half an hour. So yeah, take that as a grain of salt. Also, I'm not gonna fight the tutorial. I let myself fight it a little bit when I was testing things, and it did not enjoy that. So we're not gonna do that. Also, here's another hilarious one. So we have Yingsu. She's wing-dingering. You know, sometimes you just need to start wing-dingering. It's a little embarrassing, but you know, I think other people will understand. I almost want to name our sect the wing-dingering sect. I guess we'd be a branch. Master, there's actually cloth, healing elixir, and some dry rations in the carriage. Things aren't too bad. We need to keep these supplies properly, especially the dry rations. They'll spoil and go bad quickly if left exposed in the wind and sun. Go chop down tall trees and gather some low bushes. We need them to build shelters. Harvest with skill and avoid being hurt by thorns. Thank you for the reminder, Master. I like how we were talking to like 30-year-old women and we're like, now remember, watch out for thorns. We're a very caring sect master. Okay, this is the pine they want me to cut. Again, don't fight the tutorial. Do exactly as it says on the thing it tells you to do. Gather stick. Next, gather some sticks. This can usually be obtained directly from shrubs. Tap the kudzu thicket, marked by the arrow on the map. This is another one that confused me a little bit. At least in the States, kudzu is a vine. It grows down south, and it's quite the menace. It grows like ridiculously and can like take over buildings. But here apparently is some kind of bush. A leafless shrub. There you go. Gathering hay. Use the same method to collect some hay. After collection, materials will stack up in piles, and the disciples will transport them automatically. Most plants will disappear after being collected, but they will regrow after a period of time. There we go. With this, we should have enough for now. Build some shelters first. Items last longer under roofs, and our mats can be placed under them. We'll have temporary shelter from the wind and rain. Make more depots to store the supplies. Understood. I will see to it right away. Resource storage. Building a simple campsite gives disciples temporary resting place. This is crucial for both their work and rest. In the future, you can construct even grander and more magnificent buildings. Reviving and expanding the sect step by step. You must try to keep disciples from getting caught in the rain. A roof is essential. Placing storage points within a disciple's daily living range will speed up future constructions and production. The simple storage point is a depot, which can be placed directly on the ground. To protect resources from damage, try to stack supplies under the eaves as much as possible. In the future, you can build better storage facilities that preserve resources for longer periods. Got it. Build camp. Disciples need shelter to shield them from wind and rain for proper rest. If they get drenched in rain or have no place to stay, their happiness will be affected. Building depots to store materials will help preserve them better. Construct one shelter. Construct 2 mats. Construct 2 depot. Okay, so in the end, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have an extra character because we took the sweetheart. And Ling Su is the sweetheart. Okay, so shelter. Okay, so we need to build shelters. Looks like we do have that, and they don't tell you anywhere, but R is the rotate button. All right, so we are gonna need. I want to turn my camera a little bit here. I'm just deciding on location. I think we're gonna build here. All right, so build 1. Now I kind of know that these are gonna be able to fit 2 beds each. So I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptively do that. And then we're gonna leave. Again, I just don't know what the normal would be here. All right, we'll do. I'm just preparing because I kind of know the first couple tutorial pieces. We're gonna build quite a bit here. They're gonna need to take that tree out. That's totally fine. I'm not gonna cut anything else till I see what we actually need, because we did start with some various stuff. Okay, that's extra food. And this is kind of okay. I'm not gonna open these because I don't have a place to store them and they'll decompose. Let's get the buildings up and running. Open house menu, select the shelter. Yep, we're working on that. We need to put some mats in. The mats are where we're gonna sleep, and we need to construct 2 depots. That's where we're gonna store stuff. Whooping? I didn't. No. Don't search that. Did I accidentally tell you to do that? I do not want you to do that. I don't want to get the food out until we're ready for it. Okay, she's grabbing some food to eat. Okay, fullness, relaxation, and rest are our current meters, and then I guess those probably combine up to happiness. We are happy because it's sunlight. We're just happy it's a sunny day. We had a pleasant talk, some simple food, and it's shameful. Why are we ashamed? There's no place to sit and eat. Tables strike again. Tables apparently are the most important piece of technology humanity has ever created. All right, here is a bed. All right, am I able to... Okay, I could cram these in a little harder than I did in my first game. I can't put them side by side, but... Okay, so we need 5 beds. 3, 4, 5. That will be a place for everyone to sleep. All right, and then over here, I need depots for storage. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Now I can't do this because I think the arrows are interaction points and you have to have an interaction point available. All right, let's start with, I mean, I'm just gonna make that mean to start with. Again, I kind of know how much we need. This is about as far as I got. I got like one more step, and I'm not able to zoom up higher. Like this is the angle that we're playing at. Obtain 10 reputation. All right. All right. We still have hay. Master, how do you think the shelter turned out? I'm unskilled at such work, so it took longer than it should have, but at least we won't be caught in the rain tonight. Not bad. It's already taking proper shape. The night air is bitter cold. Let's light a bonfire. This bonfire doesn't just keep us warm, it's used for cooking too. Look at the height of the clay pot hanging over the fire. If it's too low, the food will burn. Too high and it won't cook through. Use the bonfire to make stewed flatbread to fill everyone's stomach. Cooking and crafting. Whether cooking food or crafting items, you need to select a recipe. Recipes will be unlocked as you progress through the game. There are multiple ways to cook or craft. Craft multiple items at once. Craft until reaching a maximum quantity. Keep crafting as long as materials are sufficient. You can manage disciples in greater details through the restrictions tab. For example, if a disciple is a vegetarian, you can uncheck meat-based foods in their restriction interface. This way, disciples won't feel down due to consuming meat. Okay, we need to build a bonfire. I don't know if it matters. Like, does this actually warm us up? We'll just plop it there. I'm a little worried whether I do or don't need to warm those bed areas. This is gonna be cold. If it is cold, I mean, this isn't offering much protection. We also have a chopping block. All right, we'll put that over here. We're gonna use that, I believe, to make firewood, maybe? Okay, so, yeah, fuel. We do use fuel. Temperature, 5 Celsius. It's 30 here. How is this that cold? If it's 30 outside. 30 Celsius is hot, man. Interesting. Okay, and they wanted us to do a stewed flatbread. One time, do it. All right, so we're gonna need 5 flatbread bread, which we have some on the ground here, and they're gonna cook that. Also, we have these storage pallets. Now we can come in here and do some like micromanagement. For now, I just want to get things inside. What are you guys doing? Transporting iron ore. Okay, I mean, I guess that's fine. Are you actually doing that? I feel like you might be stuck. Oh, nope, okay. There is a respawn button, which you can unstick people from. I haven't had one, although they don't seem to like this spot very well. Okay, I see what's happening. They're trying to consolidate stacks. Okay, a little wonky there, but that's all right. All right, we crafted that. Assign a disciple to feed the bread. Feed the bread. All right, so I'm looking for somebody. I think that means eat. I just want to pick somebody who's low so we don't waste it. All right, feed stewed flatbread. Flatbread complete. Oh, it's snowing. How is it snowing if it was 30? Master, after eating this stewed flatbread, my body feels warm. With this, we can finally settle down a bit. I thought all night yesterday. We must restore the Sect's skill as soon as possible. The Sect's technology must not be lost under my watch. Copy the research paper and see if we can restore some of the Sect's technology. Yes, Master. I grew up in the mountains. I know a bit about agronomy farming. I'll write it into the research paper to record the Sect's technology. That's excellent. If we can identify soil types to grow crops, we'll be spared the hardships of going hungry. Tech research. Researching technology is a key way to unlock new things. Various buildings, crops, and food recipes can be obtained through it. Unlocking technology requires consuming research materials such as research paper, creation scrolls, Lubon's manual. These research materials can be crafted at the research table. All right, like I said, I kind of knew we were going to need a little bit of space. We'll do that. Okay, plopping the research table down. Yeah, it's 28 Celsius, sunny, and it is snowing. Again, a little bit of feedback if the devs ever watch this. I don't think we get snow, unless this is a weird exotic cultivation material at 30 Celsius. We're in spring. We're on year 1, day 1, hour 18. Okay, we constructed the research table. Now we need to get some paper. And I think, actually, why don't you go ahead and make me at least 2 of those? And let's see, actually, can I store research paper here? Skills, animal food. Okay, we have one place that's still open. Cloth, fiber, vegetable. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. It's probably under like others or something. What I want to know is, do we have things laying on the ground? They did search that thing. Okay, they must have like automatically clicked that because I just decidedly did not search that. We have this, and it's got a bunch of stuff that I'm worried I can't store. So let's plop in another storage depot. I'm just going to put one here. I know we're going to need another table here in a second. All right, we have logs. We have hay. Okay, we have what we need to be able to craft. And you, what do you do? A wooden stump for chopping wood where firewood can be split into kindling. So we could use 10 logs to produce 20 sticks. I have some sticks. Sure, I guess we'll make some. I don't know if I need to do that. We do use fuel. All right, he's working on the research paper. Wangdingering. Okay, so you actually have some gear. What do you actually have? So you are mountain strike gloves. While we're waiting for him to produce, we're just going to do a little exploration here. Awakening progress. Okay, so you have not unlocked your chi, I'm guessing. Have you? Apparently not. Interesting. We're the sect leader's heir, and we're like in our 30s, and we haven't unlocked our chi? Yikes. Okay, that's us. Relations. Okay, we have affinity 1. I guess that's our sweetheart. That seems rather low. All right. We have the feed menu. Okay, I think he made the thing I needed. Let's go into research. Agronomy. We're going to learn how to make wheat, cotton, porridge, hay, and messages. Research paper crafted. Tech complete. Master, it's done. While I was writing, I observed soil conditions here. We can first plant some wheat and cotton. Wheat can fill our bellies, and cotton can be woven into cloth. What do you think, Master? Good. Let us sow the seeds of hope. Agricultural. Different crops have different growth cycles. Some can be harvested quickly while others grow slowly. Once a crop ripens, disciples will harvest on their own. Different crops occupy different areas of land. When planting, be sure the size of the farmland carefully to avoid wasting land. Okay, so they wanted us to grow some wheat. I think we're going to have this be kind of a courtyard area. So I'm going to put another set of buildings here. Do this. A 5x5 thing of wheat. I have literally no idea how big these should be. I'm just randomly picking that. So we'll do some wheat and some cotton. Again, I'm not going to fight the tutorial, so I'm not going to do hay because they didn't tell me to. And we'll get that done. None of us are good at farming, so it'll take us a hot minute. Okay, you do seem to get XP by doing things, so she's gaining intelligence XP. Where do we see us skills? You are not one I would like to do that, but I don't. A tutorial hasn't let me off the rails yet to fix that. Okay, people are heading to bed. Okay, we didn't get to the cotton field. All right. Oh, no. All right, we're gonna fast forward here while they're sleeping. You can assign beds also. Where are you? Oh, you're just really dedicated, aren't you? Okay, again, did I click that? Am I going crazy? I feel like I'm not telling them to do that, and they're just deciding that on their own, which is fine if that's how the game works. All right, and of course we drop it on the ground and then we head to bed. Perfect. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to make sure this stuff ended up on a shelf. All right, so it does look like some things can share a pallet. Like we have 4 different things here. Whereas this one looks like the logs have taken up the whole thing. All right, we're snoring away. All right, eating some food. Good, good. Very sad that we didn't have a table. And then getting to work. Excellent. All right, this is going to take us a hot second. It's not going to complete until we finish one of these. But I do want to get the food in the ground, so... Look at all those other bums still sleeping. So why was that? I think one of them went to bed early, but why did the other one... Where are... Okay, change my thing there. Tutorial is tutorial. Now we just need to wait a while and we'll have a harvest. While surveying the area, I found a plant on the western ridge that seems cultivatable. Send attentive disciples to observe in shifts, record its growth, and we may grow it in the future. This disciple will arrange it right away. We'll record it carefully and not miss the slightest anomaly. Though we are deep in the wilds, fortunately the surrounding area is rich in resources. Only by using your knowledge to identify can you make better use of them. After you finish observing certain crops, you can start planting them on a large scale. Ancient relics may also be found in the wild. You can send disciples to explore and observe them. There might be special rewards. Unknown crop. Looks like maybe pumpkins? Hard fruit used for cooking edible directly. We'll observe it. But I see everyone going out to work together, and we seem short on hands in other areas. We should assign disciples who are more familiar with farming to take charge of farming, while others focus on tasks they're skilled in first. Yes, I will follow Master's orders closely. Work of rebuilding the sect is complex and intricate. Assigning tasks one by one may cause you, the Master, to neglect some matters while attending to others. Open the activities menu. By checking and unchecking options, you can allow or prohibit a disciple from performing a specific type of work. For each selected activity type, you can view the corresponding disciple's level, which will help you make more suitable arrangements. You can also switch to custom priority. Priorities range 1 to 4. Okay, can do. So I want to, let's slow this back to just normal speed. Work. Okay, so I already know. For the time being, I want Wu Ping to be my only researcher. I want Su Ying. Let's actually switch to complicated version. Okay, treatment. When you're injured, go get treatment. I'm going to say make that high priority. Master, this arrangement is so reasonable. With a clear division of labor, everyone won't be flustered like before, and efficiency will definitely improve a lot. Now that the work is arranged, we need to set a fixed daily routine. Rise 5 to 7 a.m. to practice boxing and strengthen the body. Start work at 7 to 9. Take a short rest from 11 to 1 to recover strength. A regular routine is the only way for people to recharge their energy. A day has 24 hours and a disciple's time is divided into 4 parts. Activity, entertainment, sleeping, cultivating. You can freely arrange disciples' working and resting hours to maximize efficiency. You can set different schedules for individual disciples or copy one disciple's schedule to another. Okay, game. Please stay paused for a minute. Let me finish this work. All right, if you're injured, I want you to go try to get treatment. Okay, who should do the healing? I'm going to say Wu Ping can help. And Su Ying is our doctor. And for now, I'm going to turn off other people. Recuperate, we'll make that a number 2. So try to rest. We don't have any taming currently. All right, we have somebody who is a good cook. You are the good cook, so you should try to cook. You should not. Planting. We have nobody who's good at it, but we have people who are bad at it. I'm gonna say no on that one. Hunting. Okay, we have people who are bad at it, so we're gonna turn them off. Construct. Okay, you should not be constructing, nor should you. Mine. I'm noticing some patterns about who's good at what. Okay, we're gonna make his research higher because I can already tell you that's gonna be his job. Okay, cut. Okay, what is Hupan's job gonna be? Okay, good. She's the crafter. Okay. And artist. We'll lower that. Actually, I guess that doesn't matter. Diplomacy. Okay, you should not be doing it. You should not be doing it. And you have literally none. All right. You should do that more, but you can also help. Okay. Okay, so if she's doing those things, we should not be doing those things because she is so much better at that. So let's just take those off. Lily can't do our work apparently. Okay, so who doesn't have a main job? You. You're really bad at construct. All right, we got some potential haulers here is what I'm seeing. All right, you're pretty good at cutting. You are not. All right, we'll leave that for now and we'll adjust again in the future. Okay, now work schedule. I like this quite a lot actually. I like this UI. These are the people on this schedule, and when we make another schedule here in a second, we could just reassign people around, so that's kind of nice. All right, so they want me to add work to there. Done. Reassign a new schedule to any disciple. So new schedule, looping. And now it'll be quite troublesome to restore farming with these plants. Everyone struggled with gathering and felling these days. It seems we lack proper tools. In the past, Hallmaster Fing of our sect was in charge of weapon repository, which seemed to have some scriptures on carpentry. We should have brought them with us. Go check and see if we can make some tools. Understood, Master. I will first build a crafting table. It can be used to make all kinds of wooden tools, and it will double the efficiency of future repairs and construction work. All right, I do not want a separate schedule though. You guys can all just have the same one for now. And we need production, crafting table. You are locked. So we need carpenter. We need a research paper. Did we not finish? No, we didn't. Now we did. Perfect. It's like I knew that was going to happen. All right, carpenter unlocked. Crafting table, wooden tools, rations. Can be cooked with any grain, simple cooking. Rations kind of to me imply that we're going to travel. I don't know if that's true. Street lamp. Construct street lamp provides illumination by consuming fuel, decorates environment, and an exotic rock. Perfect. All right, crafting table. Right in there. So unlock carpentry and make the crafting table on it. Got menu? Yeah, there we go. All right, eating food. You're wingdingering. All right, while we're waiting, I'm just going to click around. I'm looking for things that we need to observe. We could harvest some millet. I don't really need that at the moment. Got some reputation. We discovered pumpkin. I have invented pumpkin. These days, everyone's been working day and night to reclaim the land to build shelters. I've noticed many of you looking increasingly tired. If this goes on, you might grow wary and start slacking off. Master, so observant. I've been slacking all the time. It's true, some disciples have mentioned privately at night. Besides tending to wounds, they just sit in silence. After a while, it's hard not to feel bored and stifled. In the past, our sect was quite accomplished in collecting cultural curios and rare stones. We can build places for disciples to appreciate things and relax. It will ease their boredom. Okay, disciple move. Open entertainment menu, select exotic rock. Relaxation. Sure. Okay, that's my looking rock. Sure, we'll put one there. All right, while they're working on that again, I want to see. Okay, none of that. Here we go. Unknown metal ore. Actually, hang on. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I should not fight the tutorial. This seems to be one of those tutorials that's pretty rigid, like it wants you to do exactly the thing, and I don't want to get myself soft locked. So we're not going to do that. Wing dingerin. All right, he's transporting it. What? Yeah, see, the names are backwards here. They need to pick one style. I don't care which way they go, but they need to pick a style. You're whooping in my heart. See? Whooping. That's gonna make me so confused whenever we're talking about their names. All right, we have it. This stone is quite peculiar. It has the style of rare stones in our Sect's treasury pavilion. Master, everyone seems more motivated and in better spirits. But all of you must not let trivial pleasures distract you from your goals. Just now, when I looked in the distance, I noticed some bandits and ruffians lingering nearby. Although we've escaped chaos here, it's not entirely peaceful. We need some proper weapons now. I will take care of it right away. Once you've crafted your weapons, you can hunt some nearby game to practice and stay sharp. Remember to butcher the game on the spot to keep it fresh. Craft a lightweight spear. Equip a disciple with lightweight spear. And then hunt. Okay. So we actually could craft tools. Sticks and hay. I kind of want to do that, but I'm not gonna fight it. So they want me to make a lightweight spear. Okay, so 50 logs, which we're getting kind of low on, and 50 iron ore, which we are low on. All right, and just for the sake of it, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna make at least one tool. I may need more. All right, while that's happening, stone, do we have any iron around? Iron. Let's mine that. I think we're gonna run out here. Especially if I need to make more weapons. Do other people... Okay, I assume that must be a tool slot? Okay, we have no equipment. Did you not give me my legendary sword thing about her? She's got a wooden bow. We have a wind cutter sword. Okay. Interesting. It said we were gonna start with a spear. Huh. Fishing rod. And a bow. Okay, are you the correct crafter? Let's make sure that we have this done correctly. So Hupan is the crafter. Okay. She is our best one, and she has a trait that makes her craft faster. Okay, I'm not building any street lamps. We can grow pumpkins, I guess, sure. Temperature tolerance, minimum grow temperature, 5 days. A single plant is a 2x2 grid. Okay, that's what they were talking about, to make sure you don't waste space. All right, so no. Time out. How do I get rid of you? Can I just make you bigger? No. No, I cannot. Delete. Backspace. Remove field. All right. A little weird on the controls there. All right, we'll make it just a 4x4. We'll plant a pumpkin. There must have been a reason they had me do that. So what's the growth time here? Lifetime is a little under 5 days. Okay. And we'll go ahead and speed that up. I'm very glad I noticed that and checked it. I was wondering why they were like, check the size. I was like, well, that's weird. That makes sense though. Pumpkins they're viney and they like to spread out. There we go. Okay, so we're waiting. Okay, we got the spear. Bring that back down. Hunt. Who did we say was okay at hunting? 5, 4, 4, 4. Whooping apparently is going to be our hunter. All right, so Whooping. Okay, so he has a sword currently. Piercing and slashing. Tier 1 common. This is like way better. Okay, well. Changing, yep. Okay, and then... Okay, she has gloves, so she has a weapon. I'm just making sure everyone has a weapon. Okay, everyone does have a weapon. Okay, now, send a disciple on one hunt. Select any animal wandering the map and click the hunt button. Okay, we're gonna get leather and raw meat. Master, I accidentally ran into a group of bandits while hunting. It seems that they've had their eyes on us since we entered the valley. We haven't fallen so low as petty ruffians will bully us. All disciples, hail my order. Form battle formations. Follow me to fight off the enemies. Draft disciples. You can draft disciples to achieve precise manual control. In the draft state, you can right-click to send disciples to any location. Okay. That's a multi-selection, but that was not the draft. Okay, click a disciple, click draft. Then right-click to assign them anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna draft everyone because I have literally no idea how hard this is gonna be. All right, will you select them now? Okay, okay, more feedback. It really should prioritize characters. Okay, I guess they're all grouping up anyways. That's at least something. Okay, one. Okay, I don't want the shelter. No, I don't want the shelter. 5 disciples. All right, now where was that bandit thingamabobber? Okay, that was the city, so I believe it was opposite of the city. Oh, hey, what is that? Okay, there's the bandits. Is there another bandit between us and there? I guess not. Defend against the bandit attack and defeat the bandit tyrant. Okay, I'm gonna assume that we need to go over there. Bandit drone, bandit looter. And we'll head up this hill. I didn't notice that before. There is actually like height differences. Interesting. All right, our first taste of combat. Please don't be completely garbage. That is wandering tigers. Defend against the band. Have they just not arrived? I have no idea if I'm supposed to wait at our base or if we're supposed to come over here. I'm not seeing the targets that we are called out. I am seeing those tigers. Bear cubs. I feel like we're doing something very dangerous. Oh, there they are. Shoot. No. How dare you? Attacking my beds. All right, well, we're on the way. That is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. I wish it had grabbed my camera and shown me where they were coming from. They probably ran from like below where I'm looking. Okay. Let's see how combat goes here. All right, so Wu Ping, you're gonna attack that guy. You are my archer. You try to help. You three disciples attack that. Okay, we drew our weapon. That's a good sign. Okay, we absolutely shredded that guy. Bandit drone dead. Yeah, that's what you get for ruining my bed. Master, we've defeated them. Is anyone injured? Thank you for your concern, Master. None of us are seriously hurt. Good. With such shoddy skills, they dare come? One day we'll round them all up and finish them off. But this time, it seems they were only testing us. We need to build defensive fortifications as soon as possible to guard against their next attack. Oh, that is a checklist and a half. Okay, let's start by grab you. I think I see what they're doing here. Okay, this isn't misery. I guess we count as a disciple in this context. Do I need to do anything to the body? You have a woodcutting sword. I guess not for the time being. You. No, not tyrant body. You. Okay, I think they're gonna rebuild that. Yeah, he's rebuilding this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we need to enter tech interface and get the dirt. Okay, so I already can tell you we're gonna need a research paper. Okay, interesting they keep your old orders in here. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Okay, but we are over an hour already in this first episode. So far, I mean, there's the jank, right? But we're all here for the jank if you like the genre. A couple little humorous translation things, but I haven't ran into anything that's completely untranslated. That's a good sign. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'm definitely going to continue on. I want to actually get to where we're cultivating. That's the most interesting thing to me. So far, these systems are fine. Nothing exceptional, but nothing repugnant either. So that's a pretty good sign. The combat was really fast paced. I hope that we have slower fights so you can actually kind of see what's going on. These guys were like super duper weak, I think is what that basically was showing us. Also, I know maybe we should hunt with the person who has a bow. Just food for thought there. So this is Huang Zhanglan. Let's change that before we end our episode. So hunting, no. Yes, no, and no. All right, we'll get the person with a ranged weapon so they don't go out and get themselves hurt while hunting. All right, as always, if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to leave a like on that, especially on a new series like this. That helps me a ton to know what people want to see more of. If you aren't, I hope I've earned your subscription. If you enjoy this type of content, I do all kinds of content, but specifically for cultivation, maybe check out my Tale of Immortal playthrough. It's a complete playthrough. My Wandering Sword playthrough. It's a complete playthrough. Both of those are pretty well received. I think you'd enjoy them if you like the genre. Otherwise, look forward to the next episode here. Beyond that, if you want to support the channel, you can always become a member. That gets you early access to videos that I'm working on. Games like this, or Songs of Six, or Shadow Empires, all kinds of things. Goes a long way to help support the channel. You also could leave a super thanks here, or a super chat while I'm live. There's also a Patreon linked in the channel info if you just want to leave a tip. All right, builders, get out there and do some cultivation. I will catch you in the next one. Babble out.